This program is a dramatized presentation of reported events. The stories and testimonies you are about to hear are based on accounts from individuals who claim to have had near-death experiences. Some scenes have been reenacted for dramatic purposes. The Waffle House company has no involvement in this production and has issued no official statement regarding these claims.
In a world where the line between life and death grows thinner every day, some mysteries refuse to be explained. Good evening, and welcome to Unknown Mysteries of the Unknown. Tonight, we examine one of the strangest phenomena ever reported. Ordinary people from all walks of life who cross over and find themselves sitting in the same 24-hour Waffle House. Near-death experiences have been reported for centuries. People commonly describe floating above their bodies, traveling through a tunnel of light, or meeting deceased loved ones, always feeling overwhelming peace and love. But in recent years, a growing number of survivors from different states and countries all report ending up at the exact same place. A 24-hour Waffle House that seems to exist somewhere between this life and the next. Phil, a 50-year-old businessman who suffered a heart attack, remembers it clearly.
I was floating above my body in the ambulance when everything went white. The next thing I knew, I could smell the waffles, that warm, buttery smell you get when they're fresh off the iron. And suddenly I was sitting in a booth at the Waffle House on the road to glory.
Soroya, a 27-year-old yoga instructor who clinically died for 8 minutes during routine surgery.
I was under anesthesia during what was supposed to be routine surgery, and then I saw this beautiful, bright light. But before I could move toward it, I smelled the most incredible fresh waffles. Warm, buttery, with that hint of vanilla. The next thing I knew, I was standing right inside the Waffle House on the road to glory.
A sheriff's deputy in his early 30s who drowned after falling asleep in the bathtub recalls it well.
One minute, I was sinking in the tub after falling asleep. The next, everything went bright. Then the smell of waffles hit me, and I found myself standing right inside the doorway to the Waffle House.
An Australian man who survived a crocodile attack offers more detail.
I was being pulled under by the croc, and then everything went bright. But before I could keep going, I smelled the waffles cooking, and suddenly I found myself standing right inside the Waffle House on the road to glory.
They all describe the exact same staff and customers, right down to the same small complaints and personal details that no two people should know in common. In witness sketches drawn by different survivors, the Waffle House appears to float among the clouds. Every person independently recalls the same recurring figures. Sherri, a 40-something blonde with the eyepatch, and her Samoan boyfriend Jason, who sits at the end booth drinking coffee. There are the 3 old men who always sit at the end of the counter: the farmer, the grocery store guy, and the trucker. And there is Tattoo Guy, the local tattoo artist who sketches on napkins and flirts with the club girls who arrive around 2 a.m. in their going-out clothes.
Jason, Sherri's Samoan boyfriend, was staring right at me from the counter, like he was waiting to see what I would do. Normally, that kind of intense look would put my guard up, but for some reason I wasn't afraid at all. I just felt calm.
Sherri seemed like she was getting a little jealous about something with Jason. But the weirdest part is that the thought of fighting her in the parking lot and scratching her one good eye out didn't even enter my mind. I just felt peaceful.
I saw Sherri with the eye patch and Jason, her Samoan boyfriend, laughing at the counter. I was suspicious of Tattoo Guy at first. You know, the way us law enforcement officers get. But for some reason, I just felt like smiling at him instead. It was the strangest thing.
Everyone kept asking me about kangaroos. Hey buddy, where's your kangaroo? Do you ride in its pouch? Normally I'd find that bloody annoying, especially from a room full of Yanks, but for some reason I just laughed and went along with it. Strangest thing is, we don't even have waffle houses in Wagga Wagga, but I felt right at home.
Sherri always asks every new arrival the same question. For here or to go?
I just wanted to sit there and drink coffee all day, listening to everyone talk. The jukebox was playing Friends in Low Places, and I was having these real conversations with the old guys and the club girls. It felt so normal, so comforting, but for some reason I felt this strong pull. I had to order to go.
The place felt so warm and inviting, like a hug from the universe. I could have stayed there forever, chatting with Sherri and the club girls, just soaking in the energy. But something deep inside me made me say, to go. I didn't even question it.
I was enjoying the conversation with the farmer about his bad knee and the trucker telling old highway stories. But even though I wanted to stay and keep talking, something told me I had to order to go.
I was having a great yarn with that tattoo fella and the club girls, just chatting away like old mates. I could have stayed there all day, but deep down I knew I had to order it to go.
Dr. Earl Kruger, a theologian who has studied near-death experiences, notes the unusual consistency.
The Bible doesn't specifically mention a Waffle House, of course. But if we look at John 21:12, where the risen Jesus says to his disciples, "Come and have breakfast," it does suggest that even in the afterlife, there may be a place for simple meals and fellowship.
The Waffle House company itself has no comment on these reports, though everyone agrees they are awesome. Everyone who has returned from this experience ordered to go. So the question remains, what happens if you don't order to go?
I just had a feeling that if I didn't order to go, I would have wound up in that other place, scattered, smothered, and covered.
Is this a glitch in the afterlife? A cosmic waiting room? Or something far stranger? If you've had a near-death experience and you remember Sherri with the eye patch, or the farmer complaining about his bad knee, drop your story in the comments. Because apparently, even on the way to the other side, some things never change.